Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, there is peace in the world. Where there is light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is honor in the nation. Where there is honor in the nation, there is peace in the world.
Good evening. I'm Reverend Molly Hansen.
And I'm Reverend Garrett. Thanks for joining us here tonight. In this world that's filled with noise and opinions and divisiveness, we offer you tonight something else, a night of respite, a night of room, a night for reflection, to just be, without the need to argue or explain or run for cover. We offer you the gift of peace. And throughout the next hour, we'll show some videos and images and do some readings that are all about peace and meant to inspire peace. And then in between each sharing, we'll just leave a little pocket of stillness so that you all can just go inside and find that still, quiet place where peace exists in each one of us. And then at the end, we'll have a little discussion about how we can perhaps commit to bringing peace out into the world.
Thank you, Garrett. So to jump into this, sometimes we think service, sacred activism, and making a difference needs to be loud and big. And when it is in the silence and serenity of sharing the peace that begins in each one of us, that starts the wave. That starts the wave of building peace in everyone. So this peace offering this evening is a guided meditation. We'll start with that. And then Garrett will have a piece for you. We'll flip back and forth. Right now, I'll share a quote from Catherine Ingram, author of Passionate Presence. And she says, in the deepest recesses of ourselves, there is a most familiar quietude. It has been there through all our seeking and craving, as well as all the other events of our lives. It is a point of peace, a silent witnessing awareness that is fundamentally unperturbed no matter what happens. Steeping in this awareness, one is at ease in the present, fully welcoming what comes, and fully releasing what goes, feeling alive throughout. So together, let's go there. Let's go into that deeper place. You can't make it happen, but you can work to clear out your distractions, open your heart, quiet your mind so that this deep sense of ultimate peace can be felt in all the fiber of your being. We'll begin by finding that peace within ourselves, that place where stillness, serenity, equanimity, and unconditional love lives. I invite you to come into your favorite meditation position, sitting up straight in your chair, straight and comfortable, or on a cushion on the floor, or even lying down if you prefer, but try not to fall asleep. And bring a gentle focus to your breath. Just notice the rise and fall of your belly, and maybe your chest with each inhalation and exhalation. You may close your eyes if you'd like, or soften your gaze. And gently, focusing on your breathing, start to deepen your breath. Feel your nostrils opening as you invite in oxygen, and then as you exhale through your nose or your mouth, all that carbon dioxide that you don't need anymore is released. Follow your own rhythm of inhaling and exhaling. You don't have to follow my pace. Just be gently aware that as you inhale, you are drawing in everything you need. And as you exhale, you are releasing everything you don't need. You clear out all the distractions. Inhale and you feel your physical body expand. You feel your spiritual body expand. And when you exhale, you feel your shoulders drop down gently from your ears. You are creating space within yourself with every inhalation and exhalation. You are creating space. And in that spaciousness, you find peace. With each breath, you gently and safely descend into your deeper being, into that place within where you know you are eternally and unconditionally loved, where you are completely safe. You can let everything go, and you find yourself coming into the center of perfect love, perfect peace. Let's spend a few minutes sitting in the stillness. If distractions come up, just come to your breath gently. Acknowledge the thought you have and let it go on its way. Perhaps with the short phrase, I am peace now. And breathe. In peace with all of the universe breathing as one. Our hearts beating as one. We are at peace now in the stillness. And we'll rest in this stillness for about 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I invite you to take in a deep breath and release. If you closed your eyes, gently open them when you're ready. Become aware of your surroundings. Become aware of your sangha all around you. We are on this journey together. Everyone in this Zoom room and every single being that is or has ever been in existence, we are one. In oneness with the universe and beyond. When we find and practice that peace within, we are actually finding that place of peace for everyone and everything at the same time. Every being. We can live and move and have our being in peace. Garrett, back to you.
Thanks, Molly. It's interesting. We're doing this thing on peace, and then we have, at the start of this, we had a lot of technical difficulties before you all came on. And it's like, and it's like peace, right? But that's what we're doing this for. We need peace, and it's so easy, even in the moments like that, to start to feel getting stressed. And what we need is peace. So when Molly asked me a couple months ago to join her in doing this, and she felt very strongly about the theme of peace and wanting to share peace with this community and how important peace is to our world right now. I started thinking about things, and as I thought about like little offerings of peace that I could give tonight, I found a video. I looked for a lot of videos, and I found this one that it's an original documentary from the John Lennon educational tour bus, and students from all over New York City were asked, "What does peace mean to you?" So it's 6 minutes, but it's worth watching. It's filled with lots of little secrets and nuggets for us. So we will watch that together. Thank you.
So we're saying give peace a chance, like nobody's ever done it before. And it's not a matter of, we're not thinking in terms of 10 years, we're thinking in terms of peace forever, And everybody's talking about now. I want peace now. We can get peace now if we want it now. And the left wing talk about giving the power to the people. Anybody knows that the people have the power. All we have to do is awaken the power in the people.
What does peace mean to me?
What does peace mean to me?
All right, off the top of my head, peace means to me.
To me, it's very simple.
It means a lot of different things.
What's peace?
Yeah, what does peace mean?
What does peace mean to me?
Peace to me is this wonderful city where we have people from every corner of the globe worshiping in every kind of manner.
Peace to me means love and respect.
Kindness, to come together and be creative.
And being more detached from the things that they say that belong to you.
Like John Lennon said some years ago, giving the power to the people.
To live to your own truth without stepping on other people.
Everybody, just living happy, everybody getting along, ain't nobody got to fight about nothing.
To be one and not to get separated just for some reason that really doesn't matter.
Love, it means unity, it means acceptance.
Let go of the power of money and the greediness in the world.
And everything's a part of each other, no wars or anything.
No one's being disrespectful to anyone.
Accepting everyone is completely equal.
Honestly, as simple as treating others how we want to be treated.
Knowing who yourself is allows you to have the freedom and the fearlessness to have peace.
You know, you're just one with the universe.
Doing something good.
The ability to resolve conflicts with the people with whom we have the greatest disagreements through dialogue.
To make friends and be kind to them too.
Peace allows people from different cultures and different backgrounds to connect without fear, and I think that's really important.
Everybody getting along.
Unlimited happiness.
To be able to express our own identities and culture.
Peace means to be friendly.
Everybody not fighting and having wars and stuff like that.
So, I was pretty much gonna say what he said, but yeah, peace, yeah, no fighting and no bullying.
Being kind to yourself and everyone around you, spreading love.
This is unity.
Being in a state of happiness.
In a place where I'm comfortable with myself.
Peace is what we're talking about, and I like the John Lennon music. When I first heard it, I felt like, I don't know, like I felt something in my heart that felt very, very different when I heard the song that they showed me in the John Lennon school bus, and for me, that's peace.
We do good things like picking things up for people and cleaning the whole world.
In the city of New York, as the Speaker of the City Council, we pass laws that try to create a more accepting city, a more welcoming city, a more embracing city. So people have to decide in what ways they can create peace, and you have to decide that for yourself. But we all have a role to play in making peace a reality.
We need to listen, and we need to imagine that it can happen.
Having a deep conversation with other people who may be different from you.
It's very hard to discriminate against someone when you know them, and that's how we create peace.
By always coming from a loving place and always coming from a place of empathy.
We can achieve peace if everyone communicates.
It really, I think, starts with awareness.
And once you are what it's all about, that's the thing that spreads.
At the very base, making music that is promoting peace can't hurt.
How do we make peace happen today?
By giving $1 for the ones that got hit by the hurricane in Florida and Texas. A peace is just like when you drive a car. It's kind of like a car sign. Peace is like a thing together and you move to a different place. It's like peace. You're like, you want to be quiet, so you move to a different place, which is quiet enough.
And how do we do that? How do we get to a place that's quiet and peaceful?
We take an airplane.
Can you look at the camera and say, come together NYC?
Come together in my seat.
So I hope everyone enjoyed that. And like I said, toward the end of the night, we're going to have a discussion about one way that you can commit to bringing peace out into the world. And I think really before we can begin to do that, we have to ask ourselves, what does peace mean to me? What is peace? So thank you. And I will turn it back to Molly.
Thank you, Garrett. Every time I watch that video, I see so many new things. It's just beyond delightful and powerful. And it gives me new thoughts as what peace means to me. And I'm sure you have some thoughts about what peace means to you. And as we could tell from all of the different comments, that peace means different things to different people. And one of the things that Garrett and I talked about, we found ourselves wanting to include a peace ritual or ceremony of some kind. And synchronicity just took over. Just to get started, of course, I Googled peace ritual. and see what popped up. And the link at the very top of the list was Druid Peace Prayer Ritual. I've had this inkling within that I need to learn more about the Irish and Celtic ancestors, as my lineage includes a bit of connection there. And so I was delighted when I saw this. It's a really simple ritual. You'll see when we get to it. Not knowing much about the Druids, I had to learn more about them too. And interestingly, there's no known written record of the earliest ancient Druids. The earliest known reference dates to the 4th century BCE, before the Common Era. And the oldest detailed description actually comes from Julius Caesar in the 50s BCE. So Druids were primarily located in what is now Britain, Ireland, and France, and areas surrounding there. Druids were priests, judges, doctors, scholars, and generally highly respected. Although in their practices were human sacrifices, they and their philosophy have long been associated with the idea of peace. And in relation to the human sacrifices, they had a very different view of death as we do in the Western world, which is something really interesting to explore too. So classical writers such as Julius Caesar spoke of the way in ancient times Druids were exempt from military service. They did not bear arms, and they often pacified warring tribes, passing between the massed ranks of opposing forces, urging peace. And so this is a quote from writings of Julius Caesar. For they generally settle all their disputes, both public and private. The Druids usually abstain from war, nor do they pay taxes together with the others. They have exemption from warfare. And as many of you know, the Druids survive and thrive today in the United States and also in the area of Great Britain, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and other areas in Europe. And generally, every Druid ceremony begins with a call to peace towards each of the 4 directions. And many of us have heard of the 4 directions before too. Druids in ancient times worked in sacred groves in forests, and today they still do. Whether these are physical ones in the forest or whether they've been created in the inner world through meditation, which is what we'll do tonight. These groves are seen as places of peace and tranquility that radiate these qualities out to the world. I'll share with you a lovely example from a Druid call to peace from a blog by Dana O'Driscoll, who has a website, The Druid's Garden. And she wrote in her blog, each morning I go out to care for our homestead flocks, our chickens, guineas, ducks, and geese. This is part of my morning ritual. And after I'm done letting everyone out of their coops, filling up water buckets and food troughs, I make sure I pause, take in the day, and declare peace. I just stand in the yard and spend a moment meditating on each direction. I start in the east since that is where the sun is rising. I observe the east, seeing birds, watching the sun through the clouds, and paying attention to the air. Then I say, may there be peace in the east. I do the same at each of the remaining 3 directions. Finally, I focus on my own person and put my hands on my heart and say the Druid's Peace Prayer. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Quietly within the circle of this grove, may I share peace. Gently within the circle of all life, may I radiate peace. May there be peace throughout the whole world. So let's do our call to peace together. So just feel free to turn in your chair or remain still if you want and imagine that you're changing directions. And after I call in the 4 directions, the Druid's Prayer for Peace will come up on your screen. And since you're muted, we can please join together and we'll say it together. Since this prayer is often done outside in a grove, as I said a few seconds ago, I'll take a few moments and set the scene for us before we call in the 4 directions. So take a moment and close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. And imagine you are in a forest grove with this, our Thursday evening gathering sangha. We are in a group, standing in an open space within a grove of beautiful trees whose leaves are just beginning to turn and fall with the season, and there's a bit of chill in the air. We are safe here, all of us together. We can hear the gentle rustle of the leaves with the breeze. We hear a bit of evening bird song. We are comfortable and safe together as we acknowledge our 4 directions. Facing east, we are facing where the sun rises for us every single day. We are grateful to the spirits of the east and springtime, the guardians of air, beginnings, creativity. May there be peace in the east. We turn to face the south. We are grateful to the spirits of the south and summer, the guardians of fire, transformation, passion. May there be peace in the south. And now the west, where the sun sets. We are grateful to the spirits of the west and autumn, the guardians of water, introspection, emotions. May there be peace in the west. We turn to the north. We are grateful to the spirits of the north and winter, the guardians of earth, prosperity, wisdom, and integration. May there be peace in the north. And let us turn within. We focus on ourselves and put our hands on our hearts and say together the Druid's prayer for peace. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Quietly within the circle of this grove, may I share peace. Gently within the circle of all life, may I radiate peace. May there be peace throughout the whole world. I thank the spirits for peace, justice, and blessings. As this is the closing of our Druid peace ritual, we will now release the spirits of the four directions. Thank you for your guidance and guardianship, spirits of the East. Thank you for your guidance and guardianship, spirits of the South. Thank you for your guidance and guardianship, spirits of the West. Thank you for your guidance and guardianship, spirits of the North. May there be peace throughout the whole world. Thank you. Back to you, Garrett.
Thank you, Molly. That was beautiful. So for my next peace offering, I'm going to share a story. It's called The Real Meaning of Peace, author unknown. There once was a king who offered a prize to the artist who would paint the best picture of peace. The contest stirred the imagination of artists everywhere. Many artists wanted a chance at winning the prize. Paintings from far and wide began to arrive. The king looked at all the pictures, uncovering one peaceful scene after another, as onlookers clapped and cheered. The tensions grew as only two pictures remained veiled. As the king pulled the cover from the front one, a hush fell over the crowd. It was a picture of a calm lake. The lake was a perfect mirror for peaceful towering mountains all around it. Overhead was a beautiful blue sky with fluffy white clouds. Along the grassy shore, a flock of sheep grazed undisturbed. And everyone who saw this picture thought that it was the perfect picture of peace. Surely this was the winner. The king uncovered the last painting, and the crowd gasped in surprise. Could this be peace? This picture had mountains like the previous painting, but these were rugged and bare. Above was an angry sky from which rain fell and in which lightning played. Down the side of the mountain tumbled a foaming waterfall. The crowd could almost feel its cold, penetrating spray. This did not look peaceful at all. But when the king looked closely, he saw a little bird had built a nest on a branch of a tree that reached out in the direction of the tumultuous waterfall. Yet there, in the midst of the rush of angry water, undisturbed in her stormy surroundings, sat the mother bird on her nest in perfect peace. The king chose the last picture. So we're just going to spend a minute or two in silence and reflect on, just to ask yourself, what prevents you from choosing peace? So I know that's not an easy question, and it will likely be an ongoing discussion, but it's a start. What prevents us from choosing peace? So as our last offering tonight, we put together a slideshow of a video that represents peace in the midst of chaos. It's sort of to resemble life. We go along and everything's peaceful. We don't know what's coming next, but it's like the quote that we posted earlier: peace. It does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. And every day we're going to face things that drop on us like a bomb, whatever it is. How do we maintain that sense of peace? What does it mean to us? So this video is set to the song "The Peace All Over the World, How Can I Keep From Singing" by Enya. I've recently rediscovered my love for Enya. So, and as you watch and listen, ask yourself, what is one way I commit to bringing peace to the world? And it doesn't have to be huge, like donating $1 million to a peace foundation, although it can be, but it can just be, just coming from that quiet place, the smile to the cashier that's had a bad day. That's peace. So.
My life goes on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real though far off hymn that tells a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear its music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest loudly roars? I hear the truth it liveth, and though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging, since love is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from when tyrants tremble in their fear, and hear their dead knell ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? In prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging, when friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
So we have a few minutes for discussion. And there have been so many interesting questions, I think, that we've raised in this presentation this evening, and I'd love to hear from you. One of the things that Garrett mentioned is, what is one way you can commit? How might you bring peace to yourself or to the world? Susie, go ahead.
First, I want to say thank you both for this presentation. It was, from the minute you began, it was so interesting and informative and peaceful. Thanks so much. To answer your question, I'm going to start with what prevents me from choosing peace. Did you know that was coming?
No, but I feel that one too. What? Because I've had that today.
It was a fascinating question and actually helped me to be able to answer, how can I contribute to peace? So what prevents me from choosing peace? Fear, having a lack mentality, that there's not enough. And the big thing that prevents me is feeling unseen and unheard. You know, I can't rest in my safety if you don't see me or hear me. I can't be peaceful. I've got to show up in a bigger way, which doesn't help. So how can I contribute? By listening more and with empathy.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's beautiful. Who else would like to weigh in some way?
What Reverend Susie said, I was close to that, in that I thought what I could do to promote peace was to listen more to people. And I loved what the children said. The peace was being a part of each other. And someone else said, you can't discriminate against someone when you know them. And I just thought those were two special things. Thank you so much for tonight.
Oh, thank you, Dortha. Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you.
I would like to offer a thought. What keeps me from peace is anger. I sat and watched all of the January 6th hearings today and try and make sense of all of that. And I think this evening, about as difficult as that is to hold openness. And also to hold trust that the divine's holding of us will prevail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Sarah. Yeah, there's a dear friend of mine and teacher for a long time, often says God is in the midst. The divine is in the midst of everything. And as we remember that, it might help us more towards that openness, you know, where we can be in a place of non-judgment and listening in. Yeah, thank you. Rob says, go ahead. You want to say it out loud, Rob? Because I can't see the entire chat on my screen.
I just thought I'd share what I wrote earlier was peace is seeing ourselves in others and others in ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I guess, and then being okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Right, right, and being okay with that. Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, go ahead, Barbara.
Thank you. And yes, thank you both. This has been wonderful. So as I think about that question, I have like no idea. Something I've been struggling with for decades about how to, affect things in the wide world. And I'm coming to understand, at least about my own self, that it seems like my work is to heal and the tumult inside me and, to be peace myself and to create peace and beauty in my personal life and in my work. It's a very small, it feels like a very small arena, but it's seeming to me more and more that that's the arena I've been given. That's the one that I have some power over, and that it's important. I mean, the Sweet Honey in the Rock song at the beginning, spoke to that. And it's an ancient, I think it's a Lao Tzu.
Yes.
Tao Te Ching, if there's to be peace in the world, there needs to be peace in the countries and the cities and down into the individual human heart. And that seems to have been my work. That's what I can do to promote peace, is to, I keep praying for knowledge of God's will for me in the world, and maybe someday before I die, that will become clear. But what's become clear is the peace that quote and that song talked about. The peace in my own heart is what I can give to the world.
That's right. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Anyone else? We have time for one more and then we'll wrap it up.
Hi, I do have something to share very quickly.
Oh, okay, Erin, go ahead. Thank you for coming.
My physical hand.
Yeah.
Since we have just a little bit of time, I came across a beautiful loving kindness meditation, and I thought it was really beautiful. And then I changed the words. So I'm going to say it's 4 lines, and I'll tell you both. May I be safe. May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself as I am. And then I thought, what would happen if we changed I to you or all people? And so then it reads, may all people be safe. May all people be peaceful. May all people be kind to each other. May all people accept each other as they are. I thought that was very powerful.
It is very powerful. Thank you, Erin. And Erin, thank you for coming. She is from my spiritual community, which interestingly enough is called The Spiritual Gathering here in the Chicago area. So thank you so much, my friend, for coming. So it is the 7 o'clock hour. We hope that this evening you have found some inner peace that you can come back to again and again. And remember that it's always there deep within you, and you can find it with your breath. And so we have a few closing words. I'd like to share Gandhi's prayer for peace with you. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and love. And then from the beloved Thich Nhat Hanh, because you are alive, everything is possible. And Garrett?
Thank you. And Gandhi and Thich Nhat Hanh are in very good company tonight, because my last offering is a prayer written by my dear seminary friend, Reverend Sarah Khan Garrett, who's with us tonight. And this is called A Prayer Upon Rising to a New Day. In this new day, may I be at peace. In this new day, may my brothers and sisters be at peace. In this new day, may creation be at peace. In this new day, may I recognize and know the spirit of the divine in all things. May I be open, may I be grateful, may I trust the path I travel and the companions known and unknown that you bring to journey with me. Amen.
Thank you, Garrett. And so tonight we leave you with Cat Stevens, The Peace Train. Namaste.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun.
Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's gonna come.
'Cause I'm on the edge of darkness, and there rides the peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again.
Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun.
Peace train sounding louder, glide on the peace train. Jump upon the peace train.
Rendin chomchima arkidam fata seila de mangaron unade kadi fadima joni eto manjola ar abodam dam dam dunam dam wadadima unade fadima joni joni
sounding loud, glide on the peace train.
Oh, I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? The peace train sounding louder, glide on the peace train. Ooh, come on, peace train. Peace train, holy roller, everyone jump upon the peace train. Ooh, come on, come on, come on.
Come on and ride on the peace train.
On the peace train. on the peace train.
Come on, the peace train.
Peace train.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Peace.
Peace out.
Thank